I decided to base this project around a first grade English language arts standard that tests to compare and contrast the adventures and experiences of characters in a story. I decided to use this image for the project because I felt that it had distinctly different stories going on within one picture. I began by prompting a first grade student with different questions about the image. Just describe for me what you see in the picture.
I go to the computer lab and break out.
Do I see?
Yeah?
I see a person sitting right here.
During this time, the student was able to describe the image in great detail and clearly had a good idea of what was going on within the picture.
A person pointing at the eye. Then someone like sitting down.
What do you think that these people are doing with the picture that you see on the wall?
Looking at it.
Looking at it? Oh,
Painting it.
yeah, good job. If you were to count how many people were in this picture, what would you say?
4.
You think there are 4
2,
people?
3. Kind of 4.
Do you count the people painting?
6.
So you think there's 6 different people? How many stories do you think are going on in this picture? 1?
4.
You think there are 4? Well, if you were to choose one character, one of the people you see in the picture, like just tell a story about them, who would you pick?
That person.
You pick that person? So tell me just a little story.
One day there was a person that went to an empty wall and they brought art supplies and they painted electric difference.
Yeah. Now choose one more person and tell a story about them in the picture.
One day, one person went to a wall with a picture and they sat down on the ground.
Good. I like those stories. Okay, so now what I'm going to have you
I
do...
don't want to make it too long. So I was just
Yeah, no, that's good. So
that
now,
kind of looks like an eye.
yeah, it kind of looks like this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's cool. So now what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to, with this piece of paper, I'm going to have you split it in half. So I'll split it in half for you. And you're going to make up what you think the house looks like of one character. Just like what do you think their house looks like? You'll draw a house and then a different character's house. You just show 2 different, just draw it however you want to draw it.
Draw a line right there. I
Yeah.
guess. Okay.
The goal of my discussion was to link the ideas between the way the student compared and contrasted the characters in the image and express it artistically. I asked the child to tell a story about 2 different characters in order for her to conceptualize the idea of comparing different experiences within one image. The student was extremely engaged and was able to understand the ideas at a performance higher than I had anticipated. I feel that at points I should have emphasized showing differences between characters more to the student. I also could have asked questions that were personal to her own life in order to foster meaningful connections to the content. Also, I think it would have been interesting if I tried to have the student incorporate her stories that she had originally told within her artwork. If I were to do this project again, I definitely would use the same image. The image was descriptive enough to show that there were multiple stories, but also vague enough for the child to make up her own story. I think the activity could have been enhanced if I had encouraged the student to use words in her artwork, since the standard was for English and language arts. Besides that, I think the project was very successful and I was very impressed with the result that the student came up with.
Sun will shine till eternity.